Then tutorial. In tutorials, I explain to you why I did what I did, why I pronounced the way I pronounced, why I sang the way I sang. It's not about the melody, it's about, pronunciation, yeah? So it's followed by tutorials on the most important prayers like Gurvashtaka, Nrsimha Stuti. So there you will a little bit like kind of having absorbed already the correct pronunciation, correct sounds, you'll be able to kind of solidify it, cement it with some scientific understanding of what are different kinds of syllables in Sanskrit, and then why what you sing is correct. Yeah, so you will be able to explain to others also. So this is my course that I offer to all the devotees, Sanskrit pronunciation for ISKCON. So today we can have a little bit of sample. We can sample it a bit, and we can take, for example, the verse of Gurvashtaka, Samsara, the Samsara prayers. Actually, the Guru prayers, not Samsara prayers. So here, let me share with you my screen. This is from the notes that I give to all my students in that course. You will get all those notes when you find the course on my website, when you enroll. So there will be explanation of all those points. And here is Gurvashtaka, for example. Yeah. So let me now close something that is not important, and I will enlarge it a bit. Yeah. So Gurvashtaka. So Gurvashtaka is it's we sing it every day. We're supposed to sing it every day. So I thought it will be very practical for today's session. It is composed in the meter, which is called Indravajra or Upendra Vajra, 11 syllables per quarter, or mixture of both. So now, let us understand. Every Sanskrit verse has a meter. Yeah. It has a meter. What is a meter? Meter is like a structure. Yeah, a rhythmic structure. Like we have rhythms in music. Yeah. Tan, ta, ta, tan, ta, tan, ta, 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 tan. Yeah, it's a rhythm. You can make a song out of it. So Sanskrit verses, Sanskrit poetry is all based on these rhythms, on patterns, which are called chandas. Yeah, and it's a very fascinating subject because it's very musical. It's very much connected with the rhythm. So this Gurvashtaka is composed in the specific rhythm, specific pattern, and it has 11 syllables. So it goes like this: tan, that tan, that tan, that tan, tan. Yeah, tan tan that tan tan, that tan, that tan tan. Yeah, that's the structure of every line. Sang sa ra da pa na la li dha lo ka. Yeah, if I don't sing the melody, if I, just purely tell you the verse as with that meter, yeah. Sang sa ra da pa na la li dha lo ka. Tan tan ta tan tan ta ta tan ta tan tan. You can repeat just by listening to that. Tan tan ta tan tan ta ta tan ta tan tan. So when I say tan, it's called a heavy syllable, or in Sanskrit we call them, what's the word for heavy in Sanskrit? Anyone? Heavy means Guru. Syllable. So that's why you hear there is more weight on it. It is naturally prolonged. Yeah. Tung, tung, the tung, tung, ta ta tung, the tung, tung. So all these tongues, yeah, they were heavy syllables. And there is another one, another type of syllable, which is called light syllable. And light in Sanskrit is lagu. So two types of syllables, lagu and guru. There's nothing else. There's no third type. Whatever you see in Sanskrit has those two syllables, lagu and guru. So and those lagu syllables are tat. When I say tata, they are lagu. They are fast. You know, I can go through them really fast. So tang tang tatang tang tatatang tatang tang. Sang sa radava nalalidhaloka. So sang sa, both are heavy. Yeah, I repeat them. Sang sa radava. So ra was short. So sang sa rada. So ra is short and I go through it really fast. Sang sa radava. Da va are again tan tan. They're heavy. Nalalid haloka. I'll again share the screen. It will be more visual for you. Yeah. So here we have it. I'll explain to you about the numbers just in a short while. But you see that the gurus are marked with a long line under. Yeah. So, and the lagus are marked with the dot. Yeah. Short. Like a Morse code in the army. Beep, 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 beep. They used to convey secret messages by different patterns of the long and short. So all Sanskrit poetry is just like a big code of long and short syllables. Yeah. So here we have it. Sang sa radava nalali dhaloka. So we often hear verses in the Bhagavatam on this meter. Yeah. Tan tan ta tan tan ta ta tan ta tan tan. There is Vrinda Devi Ashtaka. Okay. Vrinde numaste charanaravindam tan tan ta tan tan ta ta tan ta tan tan. It's a very popular meter. So now we sing this line playing 1, 2, 3 on karatals. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, which is slightly unusual because I'll tell you just that this meter is easier represented if you play karatalas on 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's more straight. So it doesn't mean that you cannot pronounce it properly when you play 1, 2, 3, but it becomes slightly more tricky. So we are having a slightly more tricky version of it during Mangalarati. So let's sing it with 1, 2, 1, 2, and just to get the sense of this beat. Okay, so it goes like this: Sansara dava nalali dhaloka pranaya karunya ganatvam. So karatals go 1, 2, 1, 2. Praptasya kalyana gunarnavasya 1, 2. Vande Guru Shri Charana Ravindam. So very, very naturally, this meter blends with 1, 2 beat on karatals. Sansara dava nalali dhaloka tranaya karunya gana ganatvam tan tan ta tan tan ta ta tan ta tan tan. It's easy. However, we have the tradition of singing it on 1, 2, 3. And here what happens? What happens when we do it on 1, 2, 3? Often we corrupt the structure of Sanskrit once we start doing it on 1, 2, 3. So like this. So Karatal go. 1, 2, 3. Samsara dhava nalalira loka tranaya karunya ghana ghanatvam. Okay, sounds very familiar, but this is not the most correct way of representing this meter. Yeah, because what happened is that I say samsara dhava. It was like tat 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 tan tan. So I said there were 2 light syllables, 3 light syllables, and then 2 gurus. But if you look at the meter, we have 2 heavy syllables. Then only comes light syllable, and then 2 heavy. So if I say samsara dhava, I sing it as if these 2 were light. Yeah, I should have had the dots here, but I don't have the dots. I have lines because these are heavy syllables. Now, why they are heavy, it's another topic, and we don't want to go into that. So I just present the ready-made analysis for all my students. So in the same way here, tranaya karunya. If I sing it in this way, which is not so correct, because I make this trana light. Tranaya karunya, tat 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 tan tan tan. So, but it has to be tranaya karunya, yeah, tan tan ta tan tan. It has to be heavy. It has to sound heavy, with more emphasis, more time. So, what do I do? So that's what I'm saying, that this meter is more naturally suited for 1, 2, 1, 2. But at the same time, there is a way of singing it 100% faithfully to the Sanskrit meter, even playing 1, 2, 3. It's a bit more tricky. So this is the way. So whenever you see 3 in this notes, this signifies the 3rd stroke of the karatalas. So 1, 2, 3. So this 3 I have denoted above the syllable. So when you play on karatalas 3, it has to coincide with the syllable that it's written above. So how it goes on, I will just show you, and you be attentive and see where each of my 1, 2, 3, where each 3rd stroke of my clap will land, and it will land where it should land. So here we go, 1, 2, 3. So on 1, 2, 3, on 3 I say sang sa ra da va, you know, and in between the 3s there is 1, 2, there is 1, 2. I didn't mark it because it would just be too confusing. So I noted the most important beat here is the 3rd beat, the last beat of 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Samsara dhava nalalidha loka. So let's stay on one line. I'll repeat it again. So I will emphasize, I will clap slightly louder so that you can immediately hear that. And looking at the notes, you just see that I exactly, on that 3, I pronounce that specific syllable. Okay, again, one more time, I'll do cue in. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Samsara dhava nalalidha loka. One more time. 1, 2. Sansara dhava maladidhaloka. Yeah, like that. So I preserved the structure of the line. The syllables that had to be heavy, they stayed heavy. I didn't compromise. So tan, tan, ta tan, tan, ta ta tan, ta tan, tan. Everything was perfect. Next line. 1, 2, 3. Again, hear that strong clap. That means 1, 2, 3. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Pranaya karunya gana gana mam pranaya karunya gana gana mam. Yeah, tan tan ta tan tan. I didn't say pranaya karunya ta 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 tan ta ta. Yeah, that would be wrong. Because I would have made trana as light syllables, but they are heavy. So in this way, what we are doing is that we are actually marrying these two universes together, which is Sanskrit pronunciation and verses, which is a very important part of these prayers, and the music, specifically rhythm, layam. Yeah. So we are bringing it together harmoniously. Yeah. No, one doesn't overpower another or neglect another, and in this way there is always a way to there's always a correct way of singing something. So yeah, let's continue. So the third line again, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Praptasya kalyana gunarnavasya. You can hear all those three. Praptasya kalyana. Here the three came after ya and before na. So I put it in between. Yeah. So praptasya kalyana gunarnavasya. Yeah. And ending with the line, which is repeated every verse. Okay. So here we go. 1, 2. Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam. So, okay, notice that I didn't say Vande Guru tat 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 tan tan. I said tan tan tat tan tan. This is very important. So it's not tat 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 tan tan. It's not Vande Guru Shri. It's Vande Guru Shri, which makes a big difference when you look at things from Sanskrit perspective. So Vande Guru Shri. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Vande Guru Shri. 3. Charanarvindam. Okay. So this is a sample of the Gurvashtaka. So definitely it needs more attention. It needs more listening. These are just the notes from those demo tracks and tutorials that I'm giving in the course. But you can understand the logic behind it is basically to harmoniously put together Sanskrit and rhythm of the song, because ultimately it's all definitely more, in our program we are singing, more or less we are singing those songs, not reciting them. So that's why it was very important for me to explain to devotees how to do it all together correctly, without compromising on the Sanskrit side. So especially if you watch the demos, if you later on after 3 weeks go to tutorials, it will all make more clear sense to you. But I hope that you could get something out of what I've demonstrated here. Another thing that I wanted to show you is I think let's just do one more thing for today. That will be okay. That will be Nrisinga. So I will tell you one more thing here. Okay, just so that you can remember it. For the most lines of Gurvashtaka, and I will show it to you in my notes. Yeah, for the most verse of Gurvashtaka, you can see that most of the lines, they start with 3, with that last beat of Karatal in the triplet. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. So on that 3, you need to sing that syllable, like 1, 2, Sangsara Dava, or 1, 2, Pranaya Karunya. Same way with 1, 2, Vande Guru, and so on. And this is the whole Gurvashtaka analysis. You can see that most of the lines start with 3. So there are some lines that don't start on the 3, which is a little different, but you can hear about that in the course. So, okay, 90% of the cases you have those. And this is called the heavy syllable. So whenever you start almost every line in Gurvashtaka, you should start it with that long stroke of Karatalas. For example, 1, 2, Sakshadhari Tve Nasamasta Shastre. So on the long stroke, you start. And this is kind of the kind of an easy way to for you to take something out of it today that could really stay and you can apply it. Yeah. So it's not Yasya Prasadat Bhagavat Prasado. It's Yasya Prasadat. It's yes. Yeah. It's tan tan ta tan tan. Not ta 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 tan tan. That is not the way. But it's Yasya Prasadat Bhagavat Prasado. Yasya Prasadat Nagati Kutopi Jayastubhumstasya Yashastrisandhyam Vande Guru Shri Charanaravrindam. So every line started with that long stroke. This is something that you can easily remember. And another thing here, that I wanted to share with you is Nrisinga Pranama. So let's just go over it. Here, most of 3 lines, they start with 1. In other words, with the first stroke of the Karadas. 1, 2, 3. It's on 1. That would make it more correct. Yeah. So let's take the first line. So Namaste Narasimhaya. Yeah. So we can see the structure of it. Namaste Narasimhaya. So 1, 2, 3. Namaste Narasimhaya. Yeah. It's not Namaste. It's Namaste. So the first na is short. Yeah, and very often you can hear the same thing in Srila Prabhupada's pranama. Very often devotees started Nama Om Vishnu Padaya. So Nama Om, it's not Nama Om, it's Nama Om Vishnu Padaya. We had another Sakyaras Prema Prabhu mentioned about Padaya. Yeah, that is another thing. So that I would like to stress Nama Om. It's not Nama Om. Same way with Narasimha prayers. It's Namaste Narasimhaya. That's the correct way. And if you sing it incorrectly, that would be Namaste Narasimhaya. The word is not Namaste, it's Namaste Narasimha. The first Na is short. So in this way, you know, very often devotees, they create their own conventions. It's kind of like becomes a social norm to sing things in such a way. Is that so that when you present the actual way of singing, it sounds like so different, but it actually it is actually the correct way. So in that way, we need some time to just get used to it, because very often we hear it wrongly sung by the majority of devotees. So that's why you know, I've provided all those demos for everyone to take advantage of. So anyway, this let's go just finish the first verse. So it's Namaste, 1, 2, Namaste. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Namaste Narasimhaya Prahlada Ladadayine. It's Prahlada Ladadayine. So it's sometimes it's sang Prahlada, but it has to be Prahlada. So pra is also a heavy syllable, and you have to give it some time. You have to give it some weight. It's not Prahlada, it's Prahlada, tan, tan, tan. It's not ta, tan, tan. A very subtle thing. But, you know, you always want to stay on the safe side. So good to take care of those subtleties. Or then, Hira, 1, 2, 3. Hiranyakashiporvakshaha. So I sang it on the first stroke of Karatal, I said he. So 1, 2, 3. Hiranya. 1, 2, 3. Hiranyakashiporvakshaha. So devotees very often, this third line suffers a lot. Devotees sing Hiranyakashiporvakshaha tan 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 tan. But wait a minute, this ya, ka, and she are lagu. They're light syllables. They're short. You need to really pronounce them fast and even sing them fast. So it's totally wrong to say it. Hiranyakashiporvakshaha. That would be the total mispronunciation. You ruin totally the whole structure of the Sanskrit line. Instead, if you sing it adhering to the principle of Sanskrit, so you would sing it 1, 2, 3. Hiranyakashiporvakshaha. One more time. Hiranyakashiporvakshaha. You can hear Yakashiporvakshaha. I observed those syllables as lagus, as light syllables. Ta-tan, ta-ta-ta-tan, tan, tan. Yeah, instead of ta-tan, tan, tan, ta-ta-tan, tan, tan. Yeah. So, yeah, and then Shilatanka Nakalaye. Here we are looking at 3. So the third stroke of Karatal should fall on La. Okay, it's not on Shilatanka. Very often you hear Shilatanka, but it's not Shilatanka. The meaning of Sanskrit would change then. It's Shil, 1, 2, 3. To Shil, Shilatanka Nakalaye. Shilatanka Nakalaye. Yes, makes a difference. Instead of Shilatanka, I say Shilatanka Nakalaye. Shilatanka Nakalaye. So things like that. And when you go over all the lines in our songs, it actually amounts to a large number of places where we need to make adjustment, when we need to relearn things, which is somewhat a challenge. But if you listen to it every day, listen to the demo tapes, and I'm also uploading it on all the audio streaming platforms like Spotify and Apple Music and everything. You can get those demos. Then you know, with that you can actually, you know, develop this way of singing all those prayers and shlokas in the correct way, and yeah, ultimately reform your habits of mispronouncing those different lines and syllables even during singing. So this inspiration, again, I can repeat it again. I gained it from observing the traditional Vaishnava cultures of South India, and yeah, and even here in Gujarat where I live in Baroda. Here we hear lots of Pushti Margiya bhajans and chants, and they also, these Vaishnavas here, Vallabha Sampradaya Vaishnavas, they also are quite well trained in their Sanskrit. I don't know if they have all if they all were trained in a grammar and other things, but at least when it comes to singing and chanting Sanskrit lines with music, I can see that they have it very musically. They don't compromise on music and rhythm, but at the same time they do not compromise on the Sanskrit pronunciation point of it. So this was a sample of what I teach in my course. Of course, it's been a bit technical now, last 1 hour, but I just wanted to give you some idea of what it is all about and what you can understand, and that it's how scientific it is. Yeah, but again, if you take the actual program, Sanskrit pronunciation for ISKCON program, it's all ultimately not that technical, because you gradually you know, absorb a lot just by listening to it before even coming to tutorials. And yeah, so anything, yes, please let us ask for questions now. Mataji, you had questions? Shriji Radha Mataji? Yeah.
Hi Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my most humble obeisances. Prabhuji, many time I heard that people says like Namaste Narsimhaya, and I pronounce like Namaste Narsinghaya. So what is right, Singhaya or Simhaya?
Oh, okay. This is, yes. So whether you say it's Simha or Singha. So
Yeah.
thing is that, yeah, let me write it. This is in Devanagari. Yeah. Singhaya. And in Sanskrit transliteration, that we would use that M with the dot. So anyway, once we see that M with the dot, at least in the transliteration, it is often confusing because it looks like a M, yeah, but it's not M. It's actually it's a anusvara. It's a special sound in Sanskrit. So yeah, I wrote in Hindi, in Devanagari. It's Devanagari. actually, alphabet. Hindi just borrowed it from Sanskrit. So, so when I say that sound, anuswara, I actually bring my tongue up to the roof of my mouth and I say singha, ang. I don't need to even close my lips on this sound. Yeah. No. This is in Sanskrit. There is a dot. It's singha. It's not simha in Sanskrit. It's singha. There is an anuswara. So this is anuswara. It's that nasal sound where you don't even need to close your lips. So you can say singha and this will be correct. If you say simha, it's not correct. So singhaya is a correct way of singing, not simhaya. So let's all from now on say only singhaya. At the same time, it should not sound like sinha. Sometimes, you know, it should not sound like sinhaya. It's not N. It should not turn into N. It should stay up as a nasal sound. Singha, not sinha. Yeah. There are different ways that people can come up with unlimited varieties of mispronouncing things or pronouncing things in a regional way. In India, all the regional languages, Bengali, Gujarati, Tamil, they all have their own, traits, So when you know all these languages, when you hear a person's pronouncing Sanskrit, like if I often hear somebody chanting Sanskrit mantras and I don't see the person, I don't know the name, but just by listening to the way they chant, I can in few seconds, I can just say from where he is. Okay, this chanter is somewhere from Bengal. Okay, this chanter is from North India. Okay, this one sounds like Gujarati. This one sounds like Tamil Pandit. Okay, and most of the time it's correct because I've been in touch with all these languages. So, and then you gradually come to know how, they, in those languages, those specific words from Sanskrit, how they pronounce them. Okay. So, like for example, the word eva in Sanskrit, there is a eva, aham eva sameva gre, So people from Tamil Nadu will say very often yeva. So it's not yeva, but because in their alphabet they don't have they say ye. They don't say eh. So the same thing they bring in Sanskrit. So when they need to chant Sanskrit, they say yevam parampara praptam. I hear it, I immediately say, aha, okay. Tamil chanter. Yeah, because they have no they have ye. So they say yevam parampara praptam. So in the same way, in this way, even within India, what to speak of the whole wide world with English and with Russian and with Spanish and all other pronunciations, accents. Even within India, you have ways of kind of accents. There is a Hindi accent in Sanskrit. There is a Tamil accent in Sanskrit. Gujarati accents. In Gujarati, they say Krishna. Yeah. Vandan karu Shri Yamuna Jina Shri Krishna Ashraya Apajo. So Krishna. In same way in Orissa. It's interesting. Two opposite parts of India, but they say that they have the common trait. It's Krishna. Hare Krishna. Yeah. Jai Shri Krishna. They even sometimes spell it Krush. Krishna. Yeah, so it's good to be aware of the root pronunciation of the actual pronunciation of Sanskrit, which is not just coming, how do we know that it's the original way? Because it is described in Sanskrit grammar books, in Sanskrit pronunciation shastras. They specifically describe where exactly in the mouth you pronounce certain sounds. So in this way, it is kind of documented. So while teaching Sanskrit pronunciation, we rely on those, documents of Sanskrit. We don't just say, because the tradition repeats it like that. Ages change, people change, but it's good that, the sages, they have recorded it. The grammarians, they have recorded it. In Sanskrit phonetics, how and where exactly in the mouth each sound is to be pronounced, with all the subtleties. So in this way, we can be sure that, about the sounds and, pronounce them correctly, just knowing that, okay, I'm relying on that documental evidence. So, yeah. So
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Wonderful answer and wonderful session. I have learned a lot. Means usually we do many mistakes in pronunciation, but you light out all the things. So thank you so much.
yeah, I'm very happy also. Yeah, so there are not many of us, but I'll be glad if you could take home with you at least a few points from this presentation. It was a long session, 2 hours. I feel like my back is already getting tired, but anyway, I was very happy to share with all of you. And yeah, I really, let me paste here one more thing for you, just the direct link, so that, it doesn't just stay, so you can take it with you at home and apply it on a daily basis. Yeah, so here is the link on my course, and I repeat it. It's for the devotees. It's free. There is no charge for this course. I have more in-depth pronunciation courses where I provide to all the students personalized feedback with different assignments, and we go in depth. So I have all those courses, but this one is the Sanskrit pronunciation for ISKCON, where it's really practical. It's really, with all the practical points. Yeah, it's just ready-made, that you don't need to think much. You just need to listen, emulate, and then if you need some explanation, there are also tutorials, so you can go to some depth. So please do enroll and recommend to your devotee friends, your devotee community around, because it's a very nice course that I've prepared. So I think we are done for today, and yeah, we have just 5 minutes more to go until 8. So I guess we can end this session. If you have any short question or something else to add, we have a couple of minutes. Yes, somebody is raising hands. Please unmute yourself. Akinchan Damodar Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Please accept my humble obeisances. Actually, I was just adding up to the question of Mataji about Narasimha prayers. So sometimes we say Narasimha, like most people say, but I've heard that in Sanskrit it is Nrisimha. So which one is better and is correct?
There are, both are correct. There are 2 names, Narasingha and Nrsimha, with that R like in Krishna, Nrsimha. So both are valid, grammatically correct names. It's just in this specific prayer that we sing in the morning is Narasimhaya. It's Namaste Narasimhaya, Narasimhaya. And in the second verse, we have Nrsimha, Ito Nrsimha, Parato Nrsimho. There we have Nrsimha. So it changes. Sometimes it's Narasimhaya, sometimes it's Nrsimha. or Nrisingho, Nrisinghamadim. So there we don't say Narasinghamadim, because then we are changing the original lyrics. So we have to say Nrisinghamadim, like that. Or rather Nrisinghamadim, like that. So both are correct names, but it's just we need to be attentive and follow which name is written in which line. So in that way.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. Thank
Hare
you. Thanks.
So, all right, Prabhuji and Mataji, thank you so much. Your Grace Nityanand Prabhuji, you are such an amazing, actually, I learned a lot. You are such a blessing for us, because, it is really very important, and His Holiness Loknath Swami Maharaj always, make this point that we need to pronounce right in this con. So thank you so much, Prabhuji, for your wonderful time. And those who is also watching us on the YouTube, don't forget, if you want this link, so we will share it. Just you need to comment on the YouTube wherever you are watching. So we will share this. This is free for the devotees. This is like, the party, like birthday and Christmas together. So now, World Holy Name Festival, welcome back once again. So now it's time to move to the next our event. This is gonna be again the blessings. Let me take you to the another spiritual sky. His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, one place where whole world be united. This place is called ISKCON, of course, but Mayapur ISKCON is actually our heart and soul. So Prabhuji and Mataji, what are we waiting for? We have a special live telecast exclusively for you, and this live telecast is actually arranged by the Mayapur.tv. This is the place where we are actually always like to go and watch the whole ISKCON community. London, Vrindavan, Ujjain is also there. So if you want, and if you like the Mayapur.tv, we always need the funds. So you can go and just, there is a symbol called donate, you can donate. So let's move to the next event. Then we have the main event of the evening. In the main event of the evening, we are going to chant with His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So for 1 hour, let's dance with our enthusiasm and let's move to Mayapur TV. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So today is the third day of the Holy Name Week, and we are back in Mayapur. I mean, with a translation, we're always in Mayapur. So as Vishwambar Prabhu told last time, it's a very special time. The whole world dedicates 1 week to chant the Holy Name together, and this is a great time to be focused and try to hear the Holy Name and pray to the Holy Name. Srila Prabhupada said it's a very simple prayer. Oh Lord, or internal energy of the Lord, please engage me in your service. It's very simple, and it has so many different layers, so everyone can wish for different things. Okay, so let's try to have this prayer in mind and try to chant in a focused way. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine. Everybody please. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaurabhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Radhe Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Jaya Radha Madhava 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 Shri Radhe Jaya Radha Madhava Shri Radhe Jaya Radha Madhava 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 Shri Radhe Jaya Radha Madhava Shri Radhe Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava, 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 Shri Radhe, 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 Jaya Jaya Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hey! Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
It's fire, it's fire, it's firing. This is the real ecstasy. Prabhuji and Mataji, welcome once again to the World Holy Name Festival organized by ISKCON Kirtan Ministry. This is exactly what happens when you lost yourself and just, mesmerize yourself in the divine ocean. This is called Vaikuntha. We just be the witness of the melodious Sankirtan, and we already know the Prabhuji who is singing is already on the another level. So once again, welcome to the World Holy Name Festival 2022. We are celebrating third day, and now it's time for the main event of the evening, because tonight we are about to chant with His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya. This whole event is actually dedicated to him. Because of him, we know that who we are and what is our real goal of the life. So come on, everyone. If you are ready for this, so just, don't say anything. Just, put your hands in your chanting bag and just start with Srila Prabhupada. But before that, don't forget, we have a special lineup for you. This is third day, and we are actually moving half of our like whole week. Just the fourth day it will be tomorrow, and fourth day we have a special guest. So please note down and don't forget to go on the street and do fresh air kirtan. We are heartily thanking the sound and the telecast. Don't forget, if you are still there and if you are watching me on the YouTube, you can go on mayapur.tv. If you like to donate, we are ready to accept each and everything. So now, don't forget, tomorrow on the lineup, we have a Japa retreat. We have His Grace Mahatma Prabhuji. Then we have a special Kirtan Standard Seminar for you. And it is going to be led by who? Guess who? It is going to be led by His Grace Hari Suri Prabhuji. And then we have a Kirtan again. We will go to Mayapur. And then we have a Fortunate People presentation. And even if you can see the Prabhuji's face, his name is Shakti Avesh Avatar. You feel the smile. After see the smile, you feel so fortunate already. And now it's time to move ahead for the next and the last and the main event of the evening, chanting with His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. So don't forget, if you put your camera on, if you are able to put your camera on, we will spotlight you in between if it is possible for you. So just put your camera on and let's start the chanting. We will meet 30 minutes.
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
I'll pass it over to you, and then if you can talk about, we're now going to go to Sri Mayapur. Try to emphasize how Mayapur TV is really helping us on this, because it's the Mayapur TV crew. Also, you know, if they can support Mayapur TV, please do, you know, by watching, viewing. I'll pass it over to you, and then if you can talk about, we're now going to go to Sri Mayapur. Oh, Krishna, that is the YouTube started, right?
Yes,
What's going on?
गुरु कृपा कोइले कृष्णा अधमेर प्रति, गुरु कृपा कोइले कृष्णा अधमेर प्रति, लागिया नीले हेता गुरु एबे गति, गुरु कृपा कोइले कृष्णा आछे किछु कार्य तब अनुमाने, आछे किछु कार्य तब अनुमाने, नाहि केनो आनिबेन उग्र स्थाने, नाहि केनो आनिबेन उग्र स्थाने, गुरु कृपा कोइले कृष्णा अधमेर प्रति, लागिया नीले हेता गुरु एबे गति, गुरु कृपा कोइले कृष्णा। रजस्तमो गुणेरा सभाइया छना, रजस्तमो गुणेरा सभाइया छना, वासुदेव कथा रुचि नहीं से प्रसन्न, वासुदेव कथा रुचि नहीं से प्रसन्न, गुरु कृपा कोइले कृष्णा अधमेर प्रति, लागिया नीले हेता गुरु एबे गति, गुरु कृपा कोइले कृष्णा। तबे जदि तब कृपा होए यही तुकी, तबे जदि तब कृपा होए यही तुकी, सकली संभव होए तुमी से कौतुकी, सकल संभव होए तुमी से कौतुकी, गुरु कृपा कोइले कृष्णा अधमेर प्रति, लागिया नीले हेता गुरु एबे गति, गुरु कृपा कोइले कृष्णा। भावे भुजाले तारा बुझे से रसा, कि भावे भुजाले तारा बुझे से रसा, एत कृपा करो प्रभु करी निज बस, एत कृपा करो प्रभु करी निज बस, गुरु कृपा कोइले कृष्णा अधमेर प्रति, लागिया नीले हेता गुरु एबे गति, गुरु कृपा कोइले कृष्णा। ইচ্ছায় সব হয়ে মায়া বাস তোমার ইচ্ছায় সব হয়ে মায়া বাস তোমার ইচ্ছায় নাশ মায়ার পরশ তোমার ইচ্ছায় নাশ মায়ার পরশ গুরু কৃপা কইলে কৃষ্ণ अधमेर प्रति की लागिया